Dish from Dish Motors. We're back better than ever with our new sales and service center on Route 32 in North Franklin. Everyone says there's nothing better than dealing with the dishes, and here's why. Selection. We have the area's largest inventory of off-lease, one-owner vehicles of all makes and models. You name it, we got it, or I'll get it for you at no additional charge. Quality. Each vehicle goes through a rigorous 120-point safety and quality check. Nothing leaves the lot without my personal approval. Convenience. We have financing sources for almost any situation. We offer on-site registration processing, and we have maintenance programs for years of stress-free ownership. And now open for all your maintenance needs. Our full-service repair facility, where oil changes start at just $19.99. Call today for your appointment or just stop by. So save thousands and deal with the dishes. Route 32, North Franklin. Or check us out online at dishfranklin.com. Or ring us, 860-383-4750.
Don't just wish, make a dish.
Hi, this is Lisa Griffin of Eastern Connecticut Savings Bank. Well, some banks offer checking account rewards, and some banks rebate ATM withdrawal fees. At Eastern, we say, why choose? Check out our Kasasa checking accounts and find out how you can get both. For more information, visit bankeasternct.com, call us at 860-889-7381, or stop by any of our branch locations today. Eastern Connecticut Savings Bank with offices in Norwich, Jewett City, and Plainfield. Member FDIC. Do you, Kasasa?
There are all sorts of advertisements that ask you to shop local. When you think local car service and repair, look to Winton Automotive on North Main Street, Jewett City. When you go to Winton Automotive, you deal directly with the owner, Ken Winton. How's that for peace of mind? Brakes, tires, oil changes, or general maintenance. And Winton Automotive even posts helpful info on Facebook that may prevent costly repairs. Winton Automotive, North Main Street, Jewett City, proud sponsor of Wolverine Baseball on SNSN.
You see the signs everywhere. No alcohol if under 21. No tobacco under 21. No vaping supplies under 21. It's 21 for a reason.
Youth that use alcohol are more likely to engage in other risky behaviors, such as gambling. Learn the warning signs and how to talk to your children about addiction.
It's 21 for a reason. Brought to you by CIRAC and funded in partnership with SAMHSA. Find out more at CIRACCT.org.
Your community radio.
Live from Main Street.
Mike Minarski and Rich Wasilick in the morning. And 80s all day and night.
SNSN.
Well, look at this. It is now past the holiday. So, first of all, just so you know, if you're looking and saying, hey, that's Rich. No, it's not Rich. It's John.
It is.
It is.
Call in the backups.
Oh, we've even got another guy coming in, too.
See, it takes two people to make up for Rich.
I know. Rich doesn't understand. That it's not just one, but need two.
We can't fill his shoes. Just one of us.
Mm-hmm. There's a joke there. I'm not going to go there on the air about that. So wasn't it like for the longest time, like when the hell is summer going to start?
Yeah. It's here.
When is it going to start?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, Memorial Day hits, and then bam.
I've enjoyed it. Got some fishing done this weekend. So
did you?
I was happy. Yeah, absolutely.
Where'd you go?
Just down to Avery Pond. So Andrew.
Yep.
So Andrew wanted a dad versus son fish off. So we went and we were out there about 4 hours or so.
You have a boat?
No, kayaks. Both of us were in kayaks.
Okay.
And then
your own kayak?
Mm-hmm.
You're fishing off a kayak?
Oh yeah, I love it.
That's dangerous.
No, it's a blast. I've done it last 3 or 4 years.
Okay.
It's a whole new experience. I like it. The one thing you have to really pay attention to is when you're setting the hook, because that's different from a boat because you don't have the leverage because you're like 4 inches off. Great. So we fished.
Figured that out.
Yeah. And then at the end of the first contest, it was Dad 24.
Uh-oh.
Andrew 0.
What were you 24 fish?
Yeah, 24 fish.
You caught 24 fish?
Yeah.
You like pumpkin seed and stuff? Or?
Oh, yeah. These were bluegill, yellow perch, white perch, a couple of bass. Actually, 3 bass.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it was a numbers game. So we're just going out there for the little things, right? Because this was going to be just numbers, amount of fish caught. So
you ever eat a pumpkin seed?
No,
or
not a
bluegill
pumpkin seed. Bluegill, yeah.
Really?
Bluegill chunks, yep, absolutely.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Bluegill
They flay up
chunks.
really good,
Those little,
like in your little
those little
palm of your
bluegills?
hand.
I didn't know
Crappie are fantastic.
that. I don't even know what that is.
A crappie? Oh, it's another little panfish, little paper mouth. They got black crappie up here everywhere.
Oh, I don't even know.
Back
what
home,
it
there's
is.
a lot of white crappie, but up here we got black crappie.
What about pickerel?
Oh yeah, I haven't
It's
eaten
very
one.
bony.
That's what I've heard, but it's a nice white flesh. But I've never eaten one because they're just ill-tempered, toothy fish.
Not only that, they're a bitch to bring in. They're
slimy.
fighters.
Oh yeah,
They're fighters.
they'll tear you up.
Uh-huh.
So Andrew wanted a rematch the next day. So we go out. This time we were only out maybe an hour and a half or so.
Yeah.
So at the end of that day, it was Dad 13.
Uh-oh.
Andrew won.
Oh, jeez.
So 37-1 in 2 days of fishing.
Did he finally give up?
I'm the champion.
Did he finally give up?
He said, I don't get it.
What?
No.
Well, it's because you've learned how to fish through the app.
Through the fishing app. Yeah, no, when I learned how to fish, there were no apps.
There was no apps. No. We used to go on a rowboat. It
What?
was a rowboat that we
I
would
used
go out
to
in.
fish
Canoe.
off a pier. Yeah,
We did that too.
when I was a little one.
We used to like there's still a lot of kids like down on Ashland Street.
Yeah.
And it's like I look at them, I'm like, God, I used to do that too. But that's back when there was water in that thing. And, and it was at least it was like 4 or 5 feet. Now it's like a foot and a half.
Yeah. The Christie brothers are always down there fishing, twins.
Yeah.
And actually I think it was Caleb. He wanted to catch a crappie. He had never caught a crappie. And he had
I don't even know what that is. I may have caught one, but I don't even know what it
All
is.
right, we're gonna look it up.
Oh, Jesus.
He had reached out to me through Fishbrain, which is a fishing app. It's kind of like Facebook for fishermen.
Yeah.
You can post your catches and stuff like that. And I said, yeah, no, sure, I'll help you out. So I put a couple jig heads together and some little panfish lures that I used when I went crappie fishing.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just didn't see them. Never hooked up with them. And then I'm driving across the bridge and I see them. So I pull into the youth center and I had kept that little bag I put together for him in the truck.
Yeah.
So I pull into the youth center, park the truck, walk out, and I hand it to him. Caught a crappie.
Really?
Yeah. And then he gave me a shout out in Fishbrain for helping him out. So,
wow.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
Get him out there fishing. I like it.
Hey, look who's out there in chat land right now. It's the Luffinator.
Oh, is Ron's out there?
Ron.
Good morning.
H&R Luffin stuff. I'm so sorry, Ron. I know.
The
It's
Luffinator, H&R
looking.
Luffin stuff. How many?
Boy.
He's got 5 or 6 names.
I think, yeah. We maybe that's why he didn't come back as a cameraman.
Was that in basketball?
Oh,
Or
it was everything. We just teased the
Yeah.
football.
Oh, was it football where
Yeah,
we
we
came
just-
up with it?
Oh, basketball first. No, it was
Yeah.
basketball. It was. You're right. We just teased the heck out of this guy.
Because every time we introduced him,
he didn't
was,
deserve it. He
No.
didn't deserve it.
it was one of those days where just, all right, every time we're going to introduce you, you're going to have a different name.
Yep, and he did.
And then during breaks, we'd be like, oh, I got another one.
And I would keep going. Ron, are you okay with this? And it's like, I don't want, this really is just having fun. It's not, he's, I don't care. But anyway, good to see you, Ron. We did have some cool names. I don't know what a crappie is. Is it crappie?
Crappie. Yeah.
I did learn how to fish for catfish when I was out in Arkansas.
Okay, yeah.
So it was, from what I understood it, the way it was taught to me is it's a 2-step process. You gotta catch a sunfish.
All right.
And then you get the sunfish, and then you put that on your hook, and you chuck it out there as far as you can, and then
let it sit. Right.
And that's when a catfish will go ahead and it worked.
Yeah, sometimes. Oh, you can use almost anything. Rotten, festering meat. They like that. Dog food.
Oh, God. Dude, I'll tell you, I knew I was living in Arkansas when I went through the Winn-Dixie and saw a breading for catfish nuggets. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? Seemed like it was somewhat of a delicacy down there.
Catfish?
No, another type of fish.
Okay.
Rainbow trout.
Rainbow trout in Arkansas.
Yeah, I mean, it was like expensive,
Right.
you know, it
Because
was
it's Arkansas
Huh?
and it's rainbow trout.
in your meat freezer. You know?
But we have trout.
well
anywhere
here, but
Yeah.
in Arkansas, they got walleye. You know, they've got catfish.
Mhm.
You know, go up a little further, they got steelhead. That's a big fish.
There are some big fish. There's some big fish out here.
Like what?
Yeah. Like what? Like there's pike and you can get some pickerel that are pretty big. Well, if you're talking freshwater,
Yeah.
right? Because that's pretty much what I do 99.9%.
Well, what's the biggest freshwater fish around here, you think? Pike?
Yeah.
How big is that?
It depends on how old it is. Like you can, I mean, they get bigger as they age.
You know, son, I'll tell you a story.
But there's some pretty big
Tell
catfish
me.
if you can find them.
I was, when I was just a minnow.
Yeah.
I was up in these
Nemo,
waters.
follow me.
I
I'll
was
teach
up
you
in
the
these
ways.
waters up here, and you know what? Thank God, I kept. There's a competition between me and this guy named John, and thank God he's into catch and release because I would have been filleted in dinner, but no,
Oh yeah.
no. But we've been doing this for 20 years.
You know, so
You see this right here? That's that son of a bitch right there. He
That's-
pulled a little too hard.
that's spring of 07 right there. That's what that is. No, yeah, I do catch and release most of the time. I have a aerated bucket, for catch and cooks. But
Catch and cook.
oh yeah.
Oh, what do you mean? Catch it and then put it right on the fire?
Well, once you get back to shore, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm not building campfires on my kayak. It might melt.
Pretty soon, people will be doing them in their living room with the oil prices keep going the way they are.
Ridiculous.
All right, so we went from it being hot to hey, what kind of fish is a pike and a
And a crappie. Oh, I
And a
got to get you
crappie.
that crappie picture.
Okay.
So here's one from just. Oh, and I caught a turtle. I just reached in the water.
I never caught a turtle, but I've known people. Look at it, just reach in the
I
water,
just
and there it
reached in
is.
the water, and there he was.
Hey.
So that's a little one. Let me get you a good one.
My daughter has a little turtle in a tank.
Yeah.
Little guy here.
There's a black crappie right there.
Oh, I don't know if they've ever. Looks like it to me. It just looks like a bluegill.
No, they don't look anything like.
Oh,
a
come on!
bluegill.
To me, they look the same.
There's a bluegill.
It's an ugly fish.
That's a pretty fish.
It's an ugly fish. If it smells like a fish, it's a fish.
There's that.
Oh, there you go.
There you go. Nice little belly on that one.
Yeah. You talking about me or the fish?
Yeah, the
Oh.
fish hiding in some lily pads. Pulled him out. Of
Oh,
there.
yeah?
Yeah.
Shiny lure?
No, that was actually. I think it's called a tequila sunrise. Was the color. Just dropped it right in the middle and boom, there it was. What happened? You getting my best side?
Oh, yeah. Oh, boy.
See, you can see things I can't see, and now you're just
Oh.
chuckling.
Yeah, well, we'll discuss that later. Scott just texted me and said, he goes, there's no parking out here. Welcome to the borough.
Yeah, you got to get here early.
Welcome to the borough, kids. Yeah, it's early. Yeah. All right, so it's hotter than hell out there. And it's going to be like that. We've had no spring. We had no spring.
We just skipped spring.
I know. It went right from winter to say, okay, let's see, Memorial Day weekend hit, and then boom. Now it's like 100 degrees out there. Texas is going to be like 106 today in
Oh, yeah.
parts of Dallas and Fort Worth.
Hey, that's right where I'm from.
I know. I'm
Yeah.
just saying. I mean, whenever I hear about Dallas and Fort Worth, I'm
Right.
thinking, oh, man, that hardens from there.
Yeah, so they're going to still have their windbreakers on.
It's just,
It gets chilly in the evening. That's what you'll hear.
and then, all the people were saying, oh, I can't wait for summer to get here.
Then it's here, and they're like, it's so hot.
I can't wait for winter to get here.
No,
It's
I
so
have never
hot.
said that ever.
Not you.
No.
But there are people around here. I think people around here like it 68. That's it.
Well, that would be great.
Yeah. But I mean, they're really particular. You know, it's like if it's too cold, I wish it would warm up. If
It
it's
can't
too
be
hot, I wish it would cool down.
Never happy.
No, then they'd go on Grizzled Now going, what's the oil prices today?
Oh my goodness gracious. What is it, like $6 a gallon, somewhere around there?
I
Right?
don't know. It's crazy. So with the whole social media thing, the whole social media posting, like what's a dumb social media post? What's actually an intelligent social media post?
That's a unicorn.
That's a unicorn right there. So Scott, that's one of the reasons why I wanted him to come in is he put something up, which was he commented, or no, he posted something which was very, very respectful. And I'll let him speak to it when he comes in.
Mhm.
But and I read the post and it was like, oh, okay, I get it. I even commented on it, you know, for something that I knew from yesterday morning. And it was just, and then we'll you know. But I guess my point is that you go on different social media and you think Grizzled Now is bad. Oh. Go to Plainfield residents. Holy crap!
Oh, right. Do they need moderate? See, here's the thing.
They don't moderate it at all. That
Yeah,
way.
'cause-
It is no. They just let it go.
As you know, and probably a lot of people that have seen me on here, I do not have Facebook,
No, I know.
and so I don't see that, but I hear about it a lot.
Yeah.
So
And you think you're lucky stars you're not
that
on
I don't
it.
have it, right?
Yeah, it can be really, really bad. It can be I mean, there's some cool things that you can find on there and on local social media, but I think 80% of it is just crap. It is just crap.
So is it just like
What's that?
venting? Like, I don't know. Like, what's the purpose? And then what is the reality?
I think a lot of it is venting personally, and I think venting to the point where people look stupid.
Okay.
Well, you got to think about what you're going to post before you actually do it, because there is no mercy.
Oh, that's a good rule of thumb
There's
in anything.
no mercy in this town when it comes to social media. Someone will unleash hellfire on you, if they think that you're being ignorant. They don't even care. They're just gonna let it rip.
So, so if you make a post and somebody disagrees with it or thinks that you're, in your word, ignorant, they're just going to blast you.
We're just talking about you, Scott.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah. And we're going to get right into it, baby. Come on. We got a microphone with your name on it right there. Scott, John Scott.
Yes.
Yeah, we know it. How you doing?
So we got right into it about stupid social media posts.
Oh, it is.
Stay a little this way so you're on,
Oh, yeah.
You're on cam.
Oh.
Hey.
Yeah, stupid social media posts.
Yeah. So this is what happened yesterday. And I said I'm going to let Scott talk to it.
Yep.
Because it was his post.
All right.
And I have one of them right here, which looks like it hasn't been taken down yet.
No, it's still there. But mine's down.
Oh, Jesus. So why don't you go ahead and talk about the post that you put up yesterday on social media? John, you're going to get a kick out of it.
Okay. So I'm a veteran like yourself.
Yep.
And the flag means a lot to me because
Sure.
of that reason, especially on Memorial Day.
Yeah.
I know that we have a great celebration here in town, Memorial Day. I love it. The parade, we honor the fallen soldiers, especially for the ones from this town.
Yeah, and it's not a happy day.
It's not a happy day. When people say happy Memorial, listen, I'm not that guy.
Right.
I'm not the guy that's going to correct people and say, oh, don't say happy Memorial Day. You know what? Yes. It's not really a happy day per se.
It's
But it's a day to
thank you day.
It's a thank you day.
Mhm.
And even though I know as a veteran, it's not my day. I came home.
Yep.
It's for the ones that did not come home. And the ones that did come home, but are still that lost the war at home. So I drove through town yesterday. It was probably around, I don't know, 1:30, 1 o'clock after the parade was over. And I noticed that the flags were still at half mast. And in the U.S. flag code, it says on Memorial Day, the flags will be flown from sunrise to forenoon. And then at noon, they're to be briskly raised to full mast to fly until sunset. Completely honest mistake. It was not a complaint. I'm not going to go on there.
And they said it too, because we ran PA,
right?
Over there, and we heard the master of ceremonies say, and he took exception to make sure that he explained why the flag went all the way up and then down to half mast.
It does. That's when you raise the flag. You never raise the flag to half mast. You raise it to full mast.
That's exactly what.
And then it comes down. Yep. But then at noon, it's supposed to go all the way up and stay up until sunset.
Yep.
So I just pointed out, hey, maybe somebody didn't know. It wasn't one of those whiny Griswold Now posts. Like there's one on there this morning about people letting their kids run through the street. I mean, okay, great. You posted it on Griswold Now. Thanks for telling people how to parent their kids on Griswold Now because they care. Anyway, my post was just
never
about
getting Facebook.
No, it's actually fun sometimes because like the one that Mike's going to talk about is actually fun.
Right.
So, but mine was
the one you did this morning. You mean?
Oh no.
Are you talking about the one yesterday?
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right.
So anyway,
mine
was more of an informative. Hey, does somebody know?
Yeah.
Honest mistake. Maybe the person that is in charge of that didn't know what the U.S. code was, and the town hall was abandoned. So I would have pulled in. Yeah. A lot of places like public buildings, their flagpoles have locks on them, so people can't steal the flags. So, and it's not my property, even though it's town hall. Someone had mentioned in my post, town hall is everyone's property. Well, not really. You can't just go in there anytime you want. Right. You can't just go taking flags down and raising flags.
Town property,
correct?
Stuff like that.
Yeah, I pay taxes. Blah blah blah. That's you're taking it to the literal sense, and I get what the sentiment of that was, but it's somebody's job. Plus, there's unions everywhere. Having experience with unions and not understanding how that works before, and actually doing somebody else's job and getting screamed at for it, which I thought was completely ridiculous. I unscrewed a wood screw, and someone yelled at me for that. Right. So I'm being in the Navy. You're used to, let's just do it. Let's just get it done.
I've gotten in that same trouble.
Really?
When I worked at the shipyard, I did something I was not supposed to do. And
someone mentioned it, go do it yourself. Okay. Well, it's not. If they told me to go ahead, Scott, you can go ahead and go lower that put that up for us. We'd be grateful. And I would get in my car and I would have gone and done it. So I just said, hey, can somebody get a hold of somebody at town hall and have them do it properly, please? Especially today.
Some people got tagged.
Yeah. And Dana immediately came on and said, I'll take care of it right now, Scott. Thank you. And I would say, okay, thank you so much, Dana. And it was done. But then people always have to take it next level. Somebody told me to stop whining about it, which I wasn't whining about it. I was just pointing it out so we can do it the right thing. And
there was nothing. I read it. There was nothing that you did. It was very respectful. You didn't whine. It was nothing. It was
right. And then, I did clap back a little bit. That person that told me to stop whining about it. We'll just figure it out tomorrow. And my comment back to her was, so we're just gonna half-ass it, right? That's the most United States thing in 2022 is to half-ass things, because that's what we do on a daily basis, and that's why a lot of the reason we're in the situation we're in right now in this country, because people don't follow things through, they don't do things the right way. We'll just take care of it tomorrow. Yeah. Hey, I have this flag folded to hand to the parents of a fallen soldier. Now, you know what? I don't feel like going. I'll just do it tomorrow.
Or I'll just hand it like a wet towel.
And that's what I said. There was a fellow veteran who commented and said, thank you for saying this on that post. And I said, hey, listen, man, people that have never done that, because I have had, I want to say the honor. It is an honor. I wish I didn't have to do it, but I have had the honor of handing a folded flag. One of the sailors on the USS Cole, after it was bombed in Yemen, when they brought his remains home, I went and escorted his remains back to his family. And I handed them a folded flag. And it was the hardest thing I've ever done in my entire life. And it wasn't even my kid. I didn't know this young man, but it was being a serviceman. It's hard. And if you have never done that or haven't seen it in person, everyone sees pictures of it all over Facebook and social media on Veterans or on Memorial Day. But if you've never done it, you don't understand why, when I drove through town yesterday, why I asked to please have that flag raised to full mast, because It's a respect thing. It's not it's not done out of laziness. I don't think that anyone did it maliciously. I just think it was the lack of understanding, maybe, of why, or maybe it just slipped somebody's mind. But that's why we have Memorial Day, so we can remember these kind of things. So, long story short, they removed my post for reasons unknown. But there is no.
Yeah, they took it down.
They removed my post because somebody had tagged me in a post, and I went to read it, and it said the comment thread has been removed. So, and I understand that's a private page that someone runs, and it's their page, their rules, like Air Fryer or Scott Fryer, your game, your rules.
Yeah, we should play that today.
We have the Scott Fryer now.
But you know what I'm saying. I understand it's their page. They can can decide to move, but you're gonna let someone post something about whining about not being able to post anti-Trump things on the page, and that's still up, by the way. We won't get into that because I know how we talked about this offline, right? But I'm just saying it's just an example of some posts are removed and some posts are kept up there. For what reason that post is even there has nothing to do with the town of Griswold.
Right.
Nothing. So I just don't get it. Whatever. That page is a joke anyway. It's stupid. Yes, the only reason I stay on there is because I find it helpful when I was looking for a siding company when I needed a plumber last week to fix my hot water heater, which I still don't have. It's been 4 days and I've been taking old west style baths.
Come down to my house if you want to.
All right.
Seriously, if you want to, you can.
I'm not holding hands with you in the shower.
No,
this time.
No.
I got a garden hose on the front.
I've been taking old west style, heating up water on the stove and dumping it in the tub.
Who hasn't done that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've done that.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, submariners, we've gone days and days without showers. But I've been retired 10 years next month.
Right.
And I'm bougie now. I need a shower like every day, minimum once a day.
Bougie. Man.
I need a shower minimum once a day.
But no, what people don't understand, the flag code, that's actually part of the U.S. code.
Facts.
That is federal law. And to Scott's point, 100%, you don't know how many times I've driven through not only this town, but other places throughout the country, how many people violate flag code. They hang the flag incorrectly. They don't have the flag flying properly.
They leave it out overnight in the rain.
It's not illuminated.
Correct.
I mean, you've got tattered flags. When I bought my house, there was actually a flag on the pole when we bought the house. The flag was tattered.
Yeah.
Luckily, at the time, one of my nephews was a Boy Scout, actually ultimately became an Eagle Scout. But we gave him the flag, and they did a flag retirement ceremony with that flag.
Nice.
Yeah.
We do that. My motorcycle club, we did the flag retirement once a year, usually around Labor Day.
How do you retire a flag?
There's a procedure that you're supposed to do.
That's what I mean. That's what I'm
You're supposed to fly it one more time.
Because we're not going to delete this post.
You're supposed to fly it and then lower it and then fold it. And actually, you're supposed to fold it, carry it to the place where you're going to destroy it in a fire. Supposed to burn it. And not on a flagpole screaming that you hate Trump and burning it. Not talking about that kind of burning flag. I'm talking about respectfully laying it. So you unfold it, unfurl it, and you have two people help, and you lay it on the fire, and it burns. The U.S. flag code has a whole thing. And another common misconception is you're not allowed to wear the flag as clothing, which is correct. But it's not, people that say that don't read it. You can wear a representation of the flag as clothing, but you cannot have the actual, like if I just took the flag from town hall and made a shirt out of it, that's not allowed.
Yeah, you can't wear the ensign.
Correct. You can wear, like people like I understand the Olympic athletes that they drape it over their shoulders and that whole thing. You get caught in the emotion. Right. That is what they're talking about. That's technically not allowed. But I mean, wearing a shirt that has the American flag on it is not violating the U.S. flag code.
Victoria says, I just slurred her name. Victoria, the Corgi Queen. There are so many people that aren't aware of flag etiquette. I always get miffed when people don't stand as the flag passes in a parade. Yes. You know, Paul, here's something, and this really gets me, and I don't understand it. I don't like it, but I more so don't understand it as well. Is that he goes to basketball games. He's a big Connecticut Sun fan. When the national anthem is played now, both teams walk off the floor.
Yep. But
I won't even go to a game because of that.
Can we talk about that for a second?
Absolutely. That's why I brought it up.
I don't want to make this a huge political thing.
Yep.
But because I do want to bring something. I do want to talk about something else.
I think it's a personal thing.
It absolutely is. Listen, again, with John, we both served under that flag. We've both served knowing that someday we could come home draped in that flag.
Mm-hmm.
So it means more to us. I'm not trying to diminish anyone who's never served. That's not my point. So when things like this happen, because those people that are on that court, the people that play basketball, they play games for a living to get paid. And I don't want to get into the pay gap and the equal rights for equal pay, blah, blah, blah. I don't want to get into all that because that's a completely different bird. Mm-hmm. They're privileged to be able to do that, right? And it's because of that flag. And people say that it's just a rag, it's just a piece of cloth. It's not. It's more than that. You know, people say it's what do they call it? Xenophobia? Is that what they call that? When you're super patriotic, right? Or it's just patriotism. It's just the love of your country. Okay, I'm not. I don't run around in a MAGA hat. I don't run around, with the Obama hat. I don't. Political parties.
There's a difference between being a patriot and loving your company than being completely freaking unhinged.
Correct.
And flying off to the right like Yosemite Sam.
Right. With that said, with that said, I respect their right to do so. Whether I agree with it or not is completely irrelevant. I do respect their right to do it. I just think my personal opinion is that it's disrespectful. And you know what? I'd rather them not play the anthem before games than to have people continuously disrespect it. Again, respecting their right to peacefully protest. We have a guy in Major League Baseball right now, Gabe Kapler. He's the manager of the San Francisco Giants, right, who has decided to, because he doesn't like the state of our country, that he's not going to come out for the anthem anymore. Well, whoop-de-freaking do. Okay, glad we know how Gabe Kapler feels. Now, he did do the right thing yesterday. He went against his whatever he said about not coming out for anything yesterday during Memorial Day, because that's the right thing to do. It's Memorial Day. Mm-hmm. My issue with that was that he picked the wrong weekend to do that. Now,
I don't think people know. There's reasons behind the flag and the way it is now. The colors, the stripes, the number of stripes, all of that has a meaning. I don't even know if that's taught anymore.
No, but it's not. Because people are being they're afraid to teach our kids these things because they'll be afraid that the school will get sued because it's racist or whatever.
Yeah,
right. I've never looked at the flag and be like, man, that flag is inherently racist. That flag stands for something, right? And it's not. I'm not blindly following my country. I know that we are not without flaws. There are a million things that I would change about America, but there's 10 million things that I would never change. Mm-hmm. Right. So you have to take the good with the bad. Like, again, not wanting to be going down that rabbit hole. I have never experienced some of the things that some of my fellow countrymen have experienced as far as racism or homelessness or
alcoholism.
Yes. Well, I have to an extent because members of my family are alcoholics and have died.
Okay.
Right. But so to that extent, yes, I'm privileged. But I was also raised correctly in my beliefs. I was taught to respect everyone, regardless.
I was brought up the same way.
People say, "Well, I don't see color," which is kind of a ridiculous phrase. But I don't.
Of course, you see color.
I do know that if person X is a black man or a person X is Asian or Hispanic, I do see that. But I don't judge them based on that. I judge them based how they treat other people
on their own merit.
Correct. How do you treat
somebody
else?
And I'm not that guy either. Go, my best friend is a black man.
Yeah, of course. I have black friends.
You hear that all the time. It's like, okay, let's pat me on the back.
Trying to justify that you're not a racist by saying you have black friends. Yeah, that's so stupid. Yeah. Anyway, that flag stands for something more than just standing for the national anthem or just for America. It means there's hundreds of thousands of men and women that have put their lives on the line and lost their lives defending your right to walk off the court before the national anthem or to not come out of the national anthem or to kneel for the national anthem. It is your right to do so. The people that died would probably never change anything because, again, This is America. You can do those kind of things without fear of reprisals. But you can still disagree with it, right? That's the whole thing. We can still disagree with things and still be friends. But some people don't see it that way. Because I don't agree with Colin Kaepernick kneeling for the anthem, then it means I'm a racist in some people's eyes, which is completely
ridiculous,
backwards thinking to me. It's so stupid. But whatever. I mean, that's the world we live in right now. With the advent of social media, it's kind of like it's almost like poison. It's the greatest thing we've ever had, but it's also the worst thing we've ever had. It divides our country, and when leaders of our country continuously push division, and I'm not pointing out anyone specific, but there was a specific person last week that said, "Yeah, that it's really a tragedy what happened in Uvalde, Texas, but let's not forget George Floyd died today too."
What?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Former president, bro.
Former president did that. Listen, I understand that part too, but let's not.
Is that Obama?
It was.
Surprise!
Yeah.
Can we just have one day where those bodies were still warm when he was tweeting that shit out? I'm sorry. They were tweeting that out. The bodies of those 19 children were still warm. And that sickened me. Look, I get it. Save that for tomorrow, man. I don't have a problem with what he said. It's when he said it. Again.
Right. You know, the whole thing with George Floyd, to me, is really gotten to ridiculous proportions. I mean, I understand the man died, and he died under false pretenses, and it was very unnecessary.
Absolutely.
But now they are canonizing this man. Yeah. This man is his image is on posters. He's on murals. You know, okay, fine. But what about young men from Griswold that died in military actions?
Yes.
Marsh who's the gentleman?
Tyler Marsh. Who's
Tyler Marsh?
No.
Right.
It was Tyler Griffin.
Tyler Griffin.
Right.
I'm sorry, for getting the name wrong.
Yeah, Tyler Griffin.
Okay.
2010. Yeah.
So I mean, that's honorable, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. That's honorable.
Right. So what I'm saying is, why don't we do that? You know, why does nobody go ahead and do stuff like that? You know what we hear? We get his name announced.
Yeah.
During a football game at the first game of the year.
They name a football stadium.
Yeah. And that's it. That's it. Yeah. You know, George freaking Floyd, you have, I mean, huge murals, you know, and like people are going to where he was shot and dropping flowers, you know.
Listen, I get it. I kind of understand that in part because of the whole meeting behind it, because it did bring attention to some of the horrible things that are happening in this country, as far as, you know, that 1% of 1% of police officers that are just terrible people. So I agree with him being kind of like a martyr, that's a better word to use, than really a saint. Does that make sense? He had to die for things to, like, unfortunately that's how a lot of times things work, right? With the Thresher. Well, let's take the Thresher, for instance. Yeah. The people on the Thresher had to die for the submarine quality assurance program to be born, subsafe program to be born.
All right, so
save lives.
I got to interrupt you just for a minute, because now we're talking about the difference in generations here.
Yeah.
And how generations get very disrespectful.
Yeah.
Very disrespectful. Okay. Jesse, sorry, I got to do this to you, buddy. It was the anniversary of his death, so Obama mentioned it. LMAO, relax, grandpas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Again, not that it's not what he said, it's when he said it. Because 19 children and a teacher were slaughtered by a maniac in Texas at the same time, which is way more of a tragedy in my opinion. And then save it for tomorrow. But hey, again, that guy, whoever he is entitled to his opinion, whether I agree with it or not.
So that thing right there, I blow it off. I don't care. It goes back. Like, Scott's actually brought up a couple of things I want to go back to, but one of the things, like that whole relaxed grandpa. Hey, I'm Gen X strong right here.
Hell yeah.
No boomer here, right? And
I'm not a boomer either.
I'm not a grandpa.
So
I hope not.
My mom, back in the Gulf War, there were protesters
I'll show
outside.
you, grandpa.
So I'm talking to my mom. I was active duty. There were protesters outside the gates of the base during Gulf War. And she asked me what I thought about it. I didn't think anything of it. I said, because the reason they're able to do what they're doing is because of what I'm doing. So protest all you want.
Yeah, man. I don't care with that. Keep it peaceful, though.
Right.
Don't be burning buildings.
And it kind of goes back to what Scott said earlier. And it goes to the speech when I was fortunate enough to give the Veterans Day speech at the middle school. I talked about the oath of enlistment there with my brother and sister veterans that were also in attendance. But also so that students and the faculty realized what we are pledging to when we take that oath. And some of us took it multiple times.
So go ahead.
But no, it's true faith and allegiance. It's not blind faith and allegiance.
Facts.
And there's a big difference between blind faith and true faith. And if you don't know what it is, look it up.
Oh, you don't even need to look it up, John. Just look around you.
Yeah. Well, I do want to, Jesse did come back and say, and to his point, he did wait a day to say it. The tragedy was on the 24th when he made a long statement about it, Obama. Then he mentioned George Floyd on the 25th. So he did exactly as you guys said he should do.
Okay. Got it.
Sure.
So, it was the 2-year anniversary, not the 1 year, by the way. Hashtag you're wrong.
Hashtag facts.
So, okay, let's move on.
All right.
But no, go back to his
yeah.
first point where he said relax, right? That goes back to the flag, the beginning of this conversation and the flack that Scott was catching on his post. It's not a big deal. Why are you freaking out about it? That's the attitude.
Nothing is a big deal.
No.
That's
nothing.
Again, that's the attitude.
You know what?
And that's why we're in the situation that we're in.
Intercontinental ballistic missiles start flying. Right. It won't be a big deal.
Yeah, no big deal.
Hey, I put my life on the line so that people can exercise their freedom of speech. And that freedom of speech is also to sound like an idiot. So,
yep. Freedom of speech does not also mean freedom of consequence.
So you're welcome.
Jesse goes, I said it was the anniversary. I didn't say it was the first anniversary. Hashtag you are wrong.
Okay, cool. Go back to school, kid. Probably late for class. Probably late for class.
Yeah.
Put your phone away in class.
Oh, boy. This is going nowhere fast.
Anyway.
The funny thing is you can't get under our skin.
Yeah. Trust me, I've been belittled by way bigger people than this guy. So better people. Anyway,
Jesse's a cool dude, actually.
I'm sure. Yeah, I don't know.
Uh-oh. She's got it. She goes, I must be a grandpa now. She must be a grandpa now. She goes, hashtag asshole.
Oh, okay. Listen, again, to my point, this is why America is awesome, because we can have this conversation without fear of the secret police busting through the door and taking us to the gulag.
Whoa. No, we can do that, but we don't know what Facebook's going to do.
Oh, well, Facebook's its own entity.
Yeah.
Because
but they're publicly traded.
Again,
America.
A perfect example is that I don't want to say his name because he doesn't deserve to say his name, but the shooter from Texas posted online before he killed those children, posted he was going to do it, and Facebook did nothing. Yesterday, I posted a picture of Maverick holding Goose's dead body while they were floating in the water, and Facebook removed it because it went against community standards. What?
Yeah.
It's a movie,
Or identifying federal law, and they take that down too. So
anyway, it is what it is, man. I wasn't even I was aggravated that they took it down, but I was more aggravated because the other things that get left on Griswold now, it makes no sense. And that was what aggravated me. When I talked to you yesterday is what really aggravated me. Not really that they took it down, because whatever. At the end of the day, it's Facebook and it's a pretend fairyland make-believe world that people live in.
I think what happens, and I can't speak for Carl who runs the board of Griswold now. I think what he does is he's hyper vigilant on the board, and he wants it to be, because he knows it's a shit show. He knows it.
I know he does.
I've talked to him. And
we've discussed it before.
But but I think he feels he needs to be hyper vigilant to get rid of anything that could potentially blow up into a disaster.
But that guy complaining about Trump, it's been there for 24 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what does that have to do with the town? I mean, listen, you want to take my post down, fine, but it had something to do with the town.
Yeah.
And I was not disrespectful. It was a respectful post, just asking a question. Hey, can someone help me out? Period. That's what. I wasn't asking for oil prices. I wasn't asking where the gunshots were coming from. I wasn't complaining about people shooting off fireworks
or Atlantic Broadband
or,
where's my dog?
Where's the wind come from?
Where's my
Where's the
That was the perfect one right there.
Right.
Where's the wind come from?
Oh yeah. Well, let's not even go there.
Let's not. So you know what I would do? You know what I want to do? Let's talk about real assholes.
Oh Jesus. Okay.
Because this is on my way here. I texted you on my way, and I said I'll be there in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
I was literally at this light going to get my coffee when I said I'll be there in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
In fact, I saw you walking down the street with your coffee.
That's right.
So
in my mug.
Correct.
Make sure they see
I get
that
to Dunks, and I won't mention where.
Yeah.
I get to Dunks, and there's a line. There's always a line at that Dunks. I wait there forever, and I look ahead of me, and I see someone in their car at the window, and they're getting handed 3 trays of drinks and 2 boxes of donuts, which is not illegal. But if you're going to get Dunkin' Donuts for the entire office, have the courtesy to go inside the store and do it. First of all, going in the store is way faster than going and waiting in that line, right? And then there's
especially for that kind of an order,
right? I mean, listen, I don't have a problem with people using the drive-through for some stuff, but I mean that's excessive. That's why it took me 20 minutes to get here, because I had to wait. 15 of those minutes was waiting in line at Dunkin' Donuts for Karen to get her office mocha lattes and Boston cream donuts. So, anywho, that just set my morning off.
Well, it's better than the next door neighbor. You could have waited in for 20 minutes and still not got your coffee.
So here, this is not a stupid post. However, it can be construed as totally different than what is being meant. Do you know which one I'm talking about?
I don't know.
Okay. A young lady from town posts, "Psst, just wanted you to know that if you're looking to get married, I'm your woman.
Yeah, I like it.
Non-denominational, and I marry whomever has a license with their partner. Message me and I can give you a copy of my..." John, what is that post about?
Is she a justice of the peace?
Okay. See,
that's where I got it.
But when I first read it, I'm thinking
she's looking to get married.
She's
Mail
looking
order
to-
bride.
yeah.
I just need a license. All right.
Me come to America.
Wait. Does it have to be one of those special licenses with
There
a
are
star?
2 comments going, definitely. I
Yeah.
thought this was an ad at first to get married, and one says, I did too.
No, I read it because that's one of the other many services I
Yeah.
offer is I also marry people.
I noticed that. When did that?
I've been doing it. I only do it for good friends. I've done it for two couples that are good friends of mine.
Yep.
That they asked me to perform.
One
for
was
the service.
recent, a couple
last
weekends
Friday.
ago.
Yep.
Yeah.
The Friday before. So I immediately picked up on that, and it's cool. That's the kind of stuff that Griswold now is for.
Yeah.
She has a service that she's trying to put out there, and she wants people to use her service.
Right. No, to me, it was like, she's looking to get
It could
married.
be. I
That's
didn't
what I
think
thought
that.
at first.
Right.
I wasn't the only one.
I didn't think that, but now that you pointed it out, it's
No.
completely obvious.
All right, here's another one. Now, tell me if this is a stupid post or not stupid post.
Okay.
And I'm not posting them. I'm not putting them up in our chat because I really don't want to go ahead and put their name out there because you never know how it's going to be, perceived. So here's the question, and this was 11 hours ago. Is there school for? No, this is in Griswold now. Is there school for GES and GMS tomorrow?
I saw that.
Is that is that an intelligent post or is it a stupid post?
I don't think it's either.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's stupid. Maybe ill-informed because you could certainly go to the Griswold Public School website.
It's
and
a lazy
find out.
post.
Yeah,
It's a lazy post.
98.7% of posts on Griswold now are lazy posts because
You
can
don't
go.
even need to type it. You can just talk into your phone and it'll
It's
give
so
you
much
the answer.
easier, right?
Right.
But people are that inherently lazy that they just want people to do the work for them. So whenever I see posts, what are the current oil prices? Hey, I just post a link to Google because if you go to Google, it'll literally call up oil prices near me and it'll give you a little. It'll literally makes the list for you.
Yeah, every oil company around you, 15 miles. They'll tell you.
$7 next.
Oh my God.
But what's the answer? Was there school? No, I'm just
No, they go to the. Why would we have today off? But again, not a stupid post because people just don't. Some people just don't know, and they're trying to find answers.
Right.
But they also don't know that this is the internet, and this is like having all the information ever you wanted in the world right here in front of you on a little tiny piece of plastic, and people just don't use it right. Maybe we should start offering the internet class, how to use the internet classes.
See, now here's something that
Since we're grandpas.
Well, so, yeah.
Here's something that I think is I personally think is very appropriate for a community page such as Grizzled Now. It's a picture with a rainbow, and it says, "Be brave, kind, and fearless."
Love that.
Okay.
And it just says, "A neighbor and her little girl decorated in front of our house this evening. A wonderful message. Thank you."
Yep.
That is exactly what this page is all about. It should be.
Yeah, part of it.
Sure.
Like, again, the other day I said, can anybody recommend a good plumber to fix my water heater? Somebody that you've used before, give me some specifics. Like I knowing that I can full well that I can go on the internet and Google plumbers near me, but I want someone to tell me about their experiences. Like I put in there that I needed some siding done or my driveway done, and I've gotten fantastic recommendations from that. That's why I like Grizzled Now. That's the reason why I stay.
Well, that's different if you're looking for people that have actually had experience with local businesses.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's what I do it for, because I want to use local people. I like to support local businesses. I don't want to go use, somebody who's like a franchise or a market or a chain place. I want to use a local person. So
have you seen the video from yesterday? The aerial footage that
Very cool.
Pepe Thibodeau put up?
Yep. Very cool.
Yeah. It is
drone
really,
footage
really
is
cool.
always cool, no matter what it is. I love drone footage.
Well, Mike and I were over there hooking up the sound system, and I looked up and went, "Hey, there's a drone up there." And that was it. And then I saw the video of it later of me going like this.
That's the guy, that general from Iran. Those were his last words. Ironically, that's my favorite drone footage.
Oh my God. Oh Jesus. Oh God. Let's see. I'm trying to look for here's one thing I don't understand. Don't put personal advertisements in Grizzled Now. Yet people do it all the time. And those stay.
Well, go to the Lisbon Now one. They have it Fridays. They have Business Fridays where you can post all of your personal business stuff on Facebook or on their page. Lisbon Now is actually run pretty well, but it's still the same shenanigans as Grizzled Now. But they just tolerate it way less.
All right, someone looking for a vet. If anyone went to Hopeville this weekend,
probably not.
Is the water warm and enough to swim in? Warm enough to swim in?
That's a good post. Because if you want to go, you don't want to go all the way there and then have you like, I'm not going in there.
Yeah, but isn't that
like you could listen? It's May. You'd probably assume that the water in Hopeville is probably still cold.
Yeah, the water.
It's gotta be May.
I can tell you from the fishing bonanza, the water is still cold.
Yeah. Let's see. And I'm just going over the last few days, I know
it's so listen, I like to use it for what it's intended for, but I also like to use it for entertainment as well.
Oh yeah.
It has entertainment value sometimes because listen, I've been known to maybe
no.
I've been known to maybe troll people once or twice. I'm that guy sometimes. I like to make listen, I grew up in the Mad Magazine era.
Yeah.
Remember stupid answers to stupid questions or smart answers to stupid questions? Remember that?
Yep.
That little strip in Mad Magazine? Here's your sign. That's why I go back to that too. Here's your sign. There's a lot of that going around.
Let's see. Let's go back to the chat room. Let's see. Daryl. Every time someone sees a cat on Grizzled Now, they have to post it. Cats roam. It's what they do.
I know, but as a pet owner, if my dog gets out and someone sees it, I would hope that someone would post it. So I don't have issues with that. I just scroll by those.
You could turn that into a thing. The Cats of Griswold.
You could.
That could be its own
Pets
post.
of Lost Pets of Griswold. Someone write that up. Somebody put that up.
Pets of
Lost
Griswold.
Pets of Griswold. Start a group now. Start it up.
And just so you know, it is senior skip day at Ellis Tech today.
Oh,
So,
okay. Why would you post that?
They know.
Right, but the whole thing is,
They know.
the school knows, but you're still not supposed to do it. It was like the
No.
worst kept secret ever. But putting it on Facebook is kind of like next level.
Cameron says, he goes, yeah, well, this, I forget what day. Could have been today. I don't know. But it was like, oh, yeah, it's senior skip day. And Melissa goes, you're not supposed to tell me that. He goes, well, everybody knows it. You're still not supposed to, right? He goes, now this is Cameron being Cameron, all right? Because Cameron knows everything. Well, it's excused. And I looked at him and said, no, it's not.
No, it's not. It's not. I actually have a.
Then he wanted, I think he said, don't quote me on this, but I think he asked his mom to go ahead and call in and excuse him. They're not going to excuse him.
No.
Oh, it's senior skip day? Oh, you mean he was sick? Oh, sorry to hear that.
So here's a
How
funny
was the beach?
Here's a funny senior skip day story. This personal story to me. So I'm a senior in high school. It's senior skip day. Me and my best friend in the world. Actually, my second child's named after him. Best man in my wedding, the whole 9 yards. That's how close of friends we are. So we both skip on senior skip day. And we get back to school the next day. His teacher actually turns him in for an unexcused absence, and he gets in-school suspension. Right? So me being the loyal friend that I am, I go to my teacher and I say, you really should report me for missing school yesterday. I didn't have an excuse. I just didn't come to school.
Integrity.
Right? Thinking that I would also get in-school suspension with my best friend, Jason.
He just got suspended.
I got in-school suspension
In a different room.
a different day.
See, that's why I always tell my kids. That's why I always tell my kids, whatever kind of crap you think you're pulling, I already pulled it, and I did it better than you.
Yeah.
So teachers know that. They know what you were doing.
They're not
They knew exactly
stupid.
what you were doing.
Because you get your kids come home and go, my teacher's stupid.
But
They don't know how to teach.
When you're 17, you think you are the smartest person in the room everywhere you
I had
go.
a student tell me that one day.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not going to say who. They said, they don't know how to teach. I said, no, you don't know how to learn. Right.
There is a trick to learning.
So let's talk about something important here. This is actually important. And Court Kinney, good morning. I did see you yesterday, and I'm sorry I didn't get a chance to go over and say hello. I wanted to. He says, don't forget the post for the town budget referendum.
Yes.
On June 7th, only at Town Hall. See, now this really boils my bunnies. Not that Court says this, but it brings me to a point in my own head of like, these are things we talk about here and post every single day. If people would spend an ounce of effort to find where people actually can get town news from instead of bullshit from, like, where's my cat? Is there school tomorrow? I don't know. Just simple posts.
I get it.
Then they would know. Because I can't tell you how many, Scott, I can't tell me how many times I've looked at posts and go, and just sit there and cross my arms and go,
yeah, listen, I've seen, now, that I'm all over it. I've seen it posted numerous times, dozens of times by you, by the Board of Finance, by the town, and I've also Alex Grislick has posted it as well. So I've seen a lot of people post it, and so people have no excuse. And when the results don't turn out in the way that they want, and then they say, "Well, I didn't even know about this," then that's your fault. That's on you. That's always a horrible excuse to say you didn't know about something, because if you're that into it, then you'll take the time to find out about it.
By the way, Facebook user says, "What's up, Scott?"
Oh,
because they didn't click yes. I can use my name. So thank you, Mr. or Ms. User.
Thank you. Yeah. Hey, what's up, user?
I have no idea who it is. But okay. So now Melissa sends me a text message, because she's got it, that in like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This is gonna go back to what I just said about, Cameron. Because I just laughed when he said it. Let's excuse. So she actually clarified everything for me.
Okay.
So no, what happened was he told me that because it was a senior skip day, it would already be excused. She goes, I laughed and said, that's not how it works. And then emailed somebody at the school. She did.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not going to say the person that she emailed. And that was to make sure, and she thought that it was also pretty funny. But he was allowed, he's allowed to use one of his mental health days to get the day off.
Oh.
So with that, I think that is with everything that's going on right now, I think it's a good thing, but we can't be encouraging mental health days for kids if we're not giving them the resources at school to help them deal with it. Just giving them a day off is not helping them. You think giving that kid a day off in Texas would have helped that kid? No. That kid needed professional help. Some kids need professional help. Some parents aren't as in the weeds as Brenda and I are with our children. Right. Not everybody, you know what I mean? You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Not everybody is immersed in their child's lives as some parents are. Some kids get sent off to school and then they don't see their parents till maybe dinner, if they see them at all during the day. Right. They may not see them till the weekend, or they're not involved in their lives. And that's unfortunate.
Yeah, we see that a lot.
Exactly. So those kids maybe don't have the opportunity. If they're struggling, they don't have the opportunity to go see a professional.
But then when we talk about services and mental health professionals and all that, it's severely lacking. You hear a lot of people, especially professionals in the field, talk about, we need more of this. And kind of like Scott said, you have a mental health day. Sure, I get it. I think that's what kind of senior skip day was to even begin with way back in the day, right?
Something different.
You you're just kind of blowing steam off. You're towards the end of your high school career, and you're kind of just clearing your mind. But the fact that we provide these mental health days without services behind it or help that people need, do you think that kind of falls into what you hear all the time is we need to do something, but that something is never defined?
Right. But everybody says we have to do something, never has an idea.
Right.
Right. A lot of people have opinions. After this horrible tragedy last week, I saw a lot of opinions out there, but no one has any solutions.
I don't know how you can prevent that.
Canada just said we're just taking guns away from everybody. Trudeau said no more handguns in Canada.
Really?
Yeah. No more. Let me. I don't want to misquote anybody, so no one calls me out on the chat group. But I read that Trudeau, the PM of Canada, said that he's banning the sale of handguns. So if you have one, you're good, but you won't be able to buy any more in Canada, which Canada doesn't have a Second Amendment. I wear this on my arm for a reason. Right? The Constitution is written in blood.
It's unfortunate, but if somebody wants a gun, they're going to get it.
Correct. All you're doing is permitting people, responsible people, from going through the process and getting a gun. Because, Johnny Lawbreaker is going to go and say, well, I want a gun. I know where I can go. That turns out that the shooter in Texas, even though he got it legally, the gun store he got it was doing things very, very illegal. They were wrapped in the cartel. So no wonder they had high-powered rifles down there. Again, I'm of the belief shall not be infringed. Second Amendment is the Second Amendment. However, there has to be common sense. I am all for common sense gun laws because I'm not going out and breaking the law.
It's not good, bad, or different. Why do people have to go ahead and mince words on that?
I don't know.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
It's pretty cut and dry.
It is very cut and dry.
But if I said to you, Scott, you're stupid, does it mean you're kind of smart? No, it means you're freaking stupid. It means it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts.
Then you have the crowd. Well, that was written in the 1700s when we had muskets. Okay,
that's exactly what I heard at home the other day. Oh my God, that's weird that you said that.
Yeah,
muskets.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, guess what? It still applies.
Yeah.
Whether little Johnny Rottencrotch thinks that I don't need an assault rifle. It doesn't matter what you think I need.
Yeah.
It's I have the right to go out and buy that. Now, would I go buy? I have no need for an assault rifle. I don't need an assault rifle. I don't hunt, right? Because I have a billion other things I would rather be doing than sitting in the woods freezing my ass off. But I don't. If people that want to go hunt, that's their thing. Go for it. But you have to, the way we regulate people driving a car, the way we regulate people getting married, the way we regulate pretty much anything makes it very difficult to do so. Like trying to get your driver's license is almost impossible nowadays. Just to get an ID is almost impossible, unless you are an illegal immigrant, but that's here and there. Anyway, that's
And
another rabbit hole.
and that comes with baby formula.
Right. So, but it's nice to see it on the shelves again in the stores. But they make it so hard to do it. There's got to be a way where we can. I'm all for stricter and more painful ways to get my permit to buy something if it saves people's lives. Because again, I'm not going out and breaking laws. Making stricter laws is not infringing on your right.
I was just going to say
no.
that the people that don't mind the stricter laws, but still enables them to do what they need to do, are the ones that aren't going to go out and do these type of horrible acts.
Right. The people that are pro 2A that say no more gun laws are the ones you have to worry about, right? Because if it's going to save, it's not really, if you're a law-abiding citizen and you're someone who just likes to, for home protection or personal protection or whatever reason you own a gun, if you're going to do that lawfully within the rules of what they set, then you should have no issue with anyone telling you, because to get a car you have to take a written test, which you kind of have to do to get your permit, right? You have to go through a gun safety class, but you have to have a medical evaluation, right? Because you can't drive a car if you have medical issues, right?
Epilepsy.
If you have epilepsy, you cannot drive a car unless you've been seizure free for X amount of time. Right. So why can't we do that with gun laws? Now then you're getting a little slippery slope. I kind of get it with doctors. Hey, he's against guns. He's against gun control, or he's against whatever. He doesn't believe in guns. Mm-hmm. Then you have that guy who's not approving anybody's stuff because he is against people owning guns, right? So you kind of go to a slippery slope, but it shouldn't be that way. I kind of get it, but you should be able to come up with something where we can vet these people, right? Because there's literally no reason why an 18-year-old kid should have got his hands on those weapons, period.
I found out who said, "What's up, Scott?"
Who was it?
Sean McFadden.
No.
Oh, yeah.
But he didn't say, "What's up, John?"
No,
what's up, Mike? Yeah. No. You notice that?
Whatever.
Well, you guys
way to go, Sean.
You guys are the staples of the morning. I'm just a new guy. I'm just a visitor.
He's not my favorite anymore.
Because you're a great football coach doesn't mean you're nice.
He is a terrific football coach.
He's all right.
He's a good dude. Even for a Cowboys fan, he's actually pretty good.
Oh, he's fantastic.
My daughter's a huge Cowboys fan.
She's my favorite. No, but the thing is, we have to start with defined terms.
Correct.
Because we've thrown a lot of terms out there like assault rifle. Define to me what that is.
Right.
And a lot of people will look at something and because it has composite materials, that's bad.
Right.
Which if it's the exact same weapon with a wooden stock, oh, that's fine.
Right. We're also letting people who are terrified to hold weapons in their hands define what those terms are. Like that, remember when that, I don't know if you remember seeing that guy, he might have been a politician, he might have been a reporter, but he said he shot an AR-15 and he had PTSD afterwards because the noise made him wet his pants. It was like the most ridiculous thing I ever read in my life.
Right.
Like, do you remember that? It was a couple of years ago. Like I shot an AR-15 and it gave me PTSD. I have nightmares about the noise now, and I literally wet my pants because it's so scary.
But what will give you PTSD is some of the people that I would go to gun calls with and the way that they handle the weapon.
So it's the engineers.
The funny thing,
it was the engineers too.
30 years ago, things that happened that that would cause somebody to be considered in this day and age maybe mentally stressed. I don't know the right term to call it. 30 years ago, it was like, suck it up, Sally.
Right.
And do something about it. Now it's, let's have a conversation.
Well, I'm kind of a boomer on that, but I'm also super hyper aware of it.
Yeah.
Because people I know that had mental problems that I didn't know about, that were afraid to talk about it because of the stigma of mental health in the military, ended up taking their lives because they were afraid to say something because they tell you, suck it up. I don't know if you heard this. Real quick. I know you want to say something. There is a ship in the fleet right now on the West Coast having a lot of issues. 5 sailors on that ship have committed suicide in the last few months. Naval leadership went to that ship to speak to those sailors and basically, in a nutshell, told them to suck it up. It could be worse. You could be in a foxhole. Yeah. So suck it up, which is completely the wrong thing to say. Because what are you going to tell that parent when that kid's afraid to say something now because naval leadership told him to suck it up, and he goes and he ends up shooting himself in the head and dying? You're going to tell his parents, suck it up. It could always be worse. It could be in the foxhole. Is that what you're going to tell them? Because that's the wrong thing to tell our kids, because suicide in the military is a real thing. Don't know how or why, and that's not even important. The important thing is that we have active duty soldiers, airmen, and sailors killing themselves because they're afraid to get help, because
It's
they're
probably
afraid they're
more,
going to get kicked out.
it's more common than people probably realize.
It absolutely is. And it bothers me a lot. And, you already know how big of an advocate I am for veteran suicide. You know that. But we forget about the kids on active duty.
Mental health in general.
Mental health, of course, anybody. But I'm speaking just because of my experiences. I speak for the sailors and soldiers and airmen.
And you might as well just keep going. I totally forgot what I was going to say.
It's it's an issue. And then for Big Navy to come out and tell these kids that it could always be worse, that's right to an extent, but that's not helping them.
Yeah,
they're afraid because they all had legitimate complaints. If what I read is true, life on that ship is absolutely hell. I feel bad. I'm kind of glad that I'm disassociated myself from all of that. 10 years removed from that now. But it's
been 10 years.
It's been next
Sounds
month will
like
be 10
a
years.
leadership issue to me.
It's a huge leadership issue.
I would go up the command structure. You got the COXO, Cobb.
It was the
all
MCPON.
those guys.
The MCPON said that.
The MCPON said it.
The MCPON.
Wow, the Master Chief Petty Officer of the Navy.
That's what MCPON stands for. Master Chief Petty Officer, the highest ranking enlisted man in the Navy, told those sailors to suck it up.
All right. Well, we've talked about a bunch of things today, but it is time to shut it down for today. Otherwise,
we're just getting started.
I know we could go for hours and hours and hours on this one, but we are going to go ahead and stop for today and end it right there. John, thanks for coming up. Last minute. Same thing with you, Scott.
Yeah.
So
I was like coming in and
got called up.
Throw a shot out. Well, he's already up in the major leagues. Matter of fact, he's in the Bronx. Enjoying some baseball and some beer. What do you tell us about that?
Oh, so if you didn't already know, and some people watching already know, that I have a podcast with my partner, Chris Not Yet Notter, and we have a podcast called Bronx Baseball and Beer. We run every Monday, and sporadically through the week, we throw on shows whenever we can. Something important happens in baseball, we'll jump on and do a show. And we do a lot of very cool things. We talk about, we're mainly Yankees centric.
Yep.
So that kind of turns a lot of people off, but we also have a lot of non-Yankee fans who do watch. But we do talk about
There's nothing wrong
baseball.
with that. There's nothing
No.
wrong with that. I mean, especially when you're hitting a certain demographic.
Right.
You're hitting Yankee fans.
We talk about the Yankees, but we're also very, very fair. We're not your typical Yankee podcast. We don't kiss the Yankees asses. If they're messed up, we're going to say it. So give us a look. It's called Bronx Baseball and Beer. You can find us on Facebook. You can find us on YouTube, Instagram, Twitch, and our audio is on iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and Google Podcasts, and Amazon.
And John, well, you're just John.
I'm just John. Yeah, I'm right down the road. If you ever need me, just give me a call. I'll come on down.
He's not on social media. Just look for him.
No.
Send up smoke signals.
We are going to this Sunday morning. We are going to be at the Norwich Golf Course for the Connecticut Crush Club baseball team. They are hosting their Coach
Something
Vic.
you know about.
Yeah, Coach Vic Scholarship Fund.
Right.
We are going to be
I don't
broadcasting
have
live.
that hat on. Those initials on my Crush hat are his initials. Both my sons are Crush players.
Excellent.
Okay.
So we will be supporting them
Yeah.
Sunday morning at Norwich Golf Course. The Connecticut Crush Coach Vic Scholarship Foundation is sponsoring their golf tournament, and Notter and I will be broadcasting live from the first tee box.
All right.
Sunday
Scott.
morning.
Thank you very much, John. See ya.
See ya.
And we will be back tomorrow with Paul Ash. Have a good day, everyone.
Bye.
You see the signs everywhere. No alcohol if under 21. No tobacco under 21. No vaping supplies under 21. It's 21 for a reason.
Youth that use alcohol are more likely to engage in other risky